again, guys, and welcome to Falling Walker's World. Thanks for tuning in. As you probably see from the thumbnail, I'm going to be reviewing a piece of equipment that I've had for 6.5 years. I mean, if something works, well, or doesn't work, you got to either give it credit or no credit. So anyway, what I want to talk about today, and I think in my last video I was mentioning that now that we're getting into the fall season, which right now here where I live in upstate South Carolina, it is feeling like fall. We have temperatures now that are still hitting maybe the low 80s during the day, but majority of them are like in the 70s and in the 50s at night, and the humidity is gone. We could use some rain, but that's another story. But okay, don't want to talk about the weather. I usually get into freaking sidetrack here and talk about the weather. But anyway, the piece of equipment I want to talk about is my Zpack Arc Haul. Now, I'll put I'm not going to go through all the stats and everything with it. I'm not really good at doing that, but I did do it 6.5 years ago. I will put a card up here. I think it's over here to 6.5 years ago when I did a video when the day I received this in the mail. And I'm not sure the quality of that video, but it should be okay. And anyway, on that day, I was living in Florida at the time, and I was an hour south of West Melbourne, where the Zpack manufacturing company is. So being so close, I called up there and said, hey, listen, could I come up there and check out the facility? Well, they did. They said, okay. So the following day, I had gone up there. I met Matt for the first time. If you don't know who Matt is, Matt does all this stuff online and everything. You'll see him at all the trade shows. He's the guy, Matt Favreau, and for Zpack. And so he met me there, and good thing too, because he fitted me for the Zpack Arc Haul. And I'm thinking I'm a 6'2" guy. I'm saying, man, I must take a large, you know. But he measured me. He's about the same size I am. He says, hey, Tom, I use a medium size. So I went with that. So I didn't get it right when I was there because I wanted to look at some of the accessories on it. So I went back down to where I lived in Florida, and that same day I went ahead and ordered it. But I did order it with some upgrades to it. I did put two hip pouches on it. I also did a V-strap to go over the top, the roll down top. And oh yeah, and I'll show you something else I did too. But anyway, let me go over it and show you that after 6.5 years, these are the pouches I put on. They're nice sized pouches. The zippers still work perfect. Had no problem with them. The seam sealing inside, or the sealing inside, still going strong. And I keep my toilet, my poop kit in one, and I'll keep my water filtering system in the other. And they both work real well. Oh yeah, you can see I still have a thing from the Sawyer in there. And the other thing I got this on actually on AliExpress. It's a little water bottle. I think it cost me $5 or $6 at the time, but it had fit perfectly on this, so I went with that. I got the V-strap, and that for the closure on the roll down. And the other thing I got inside, they have this little pouch, and it comes separate, and what you do is it actually tapes right onto the back on the inside, and it has held up nicely. And what I keep in there is I'll keep my wallet in there, I'll keep my car keys in there, I got some Falling Walker World stickers in there, and the whole inside of the pack after 6.5 years is still holding up really nice. I have no rips, no tears. All the places where I make adjustments on it, every single one of these are still in good shape. Nothing has fallen off, nothing has ripped. I'll show you something on the arc. When I arc it, let me go ahead and arc it. It still arcs up pretty good. A cup of coffee. So in the back here, and I'll I'll keep a safety pin. I don't usually have them this side, but I ran out of them. But I'll usually keep a small safety pin on there. That way I know where the strap is. And also, if for some reason this goes through the loop, and it's just a pain while you're on trail, it is just a pain in the neck to go ahead and filter that all through there. So I keep on both sides, I'll put a little safety pin, and it keeps it from going up in there. And plus, if you ever need a safety pin, you have to have one. So let me go ahead and show you these, arc these down still on both sides. And as you can see, the pack still arcs down real nice. And this keeps this back portion of it, it's got this mesh right here, but it keeps this off of your back and lets air flow through there. The only drawback on this is that sometimes it limits the amount of space you can put in here. And don't hold me to this, but I think there's 60 liters between the side pouches, the front pouch, and the main bag. But you know, the material that they use too now is the upgraded material. I forget what it's called, the Ultra, I think they're using on it. But you know, I guess it's better. This is held up, so it arcs still real well, and it closes real nice still. I have no problem, as you can see. What else on it? Oh yeah, the waistband is not coming apart anywhere. This is where I do most of, you know, I'll throw the, I have not babied this bag one bit. And even down in here, where it hits the ground, it rubs a lot on the bottom, it has not worn at all. I think the only thing that I have seen on this was somewhere on this front mesh, and this happened like a week after I got it, and it was, oh yeah, right there where my thumb is coming through. There's a little tear right there. Oh yeah, and there's one there. And that's just from catching it on branches and going through things. I'll tell you guys, 6.5 years ago, before that I was using an Osprey Atmos 65 or whatever it was. It was like 4.5 pounds. This, with all the pouches on it, everything, weighs about 27 ounces. And so I needed that at the time. I was an old guy then, I'm an old guy now. And but I got it just in time. Back then is when the first time I went through the Foothills Trail. So my first trip on this was a Foothills Trail, and not more than 2 months later, I was out doing the John Muir Trail. In the Sierras. Totally put this through a test because I had to put the bear can in here for my food. So this was packed to the max. And then after that, I mean, I've done portions of the AT, back to the Foothills Trail, the Florida Trail from the Sewanee a bunch of times, to the Ocala sections a bunch of times, all through the Florida Trail. I can't even get into. You can look through my videos. I've just gone through a bunch of backpacking. And it has been used. This is the only pack really I have used. Now, I'm like you guys, you know, when it comes to backpackers, we're all, you know, nerds when it comes to equipment. I've looked at a million backpacks and I almost, you know, pulled the trigger on this one or that one, and they're all good. But, you know, if something's not broken, why fix it, right? I could have spent that money on maybe a new shelter. I could have spent it, and I'm a YouTuber. God, that's a whole nother bunch of equipment I could have spent money on. But anyway, guys, I'll wrap this up real quick. This is the Zpack Arc Haul from 6.5 years ago. I'm going to continue to use it until I kill it. I'm still looking at packs. Who knows? I may get something different. I did get my wife the Zpack Nero. I use that on day trips once in a while, but overnighters, long trips, this is my go-to. And I know some of my friends have this and had sold it or given them away. You know, this worked for me. Somebody else could have had the same pack and had problems with it. I don't know, you know. That's just the way things go with equipment. and but I'm still happy with it, and I'm going to continue to use it. So anyway, guys, check out that video from 6.5 years ago. I think I was wearing the same hat. Might have been wearing the same clothes. So I was taken down in Florida, and my next trip is right here in the van. We are leaving. I'm getting it cleaned up this morning, vacuuming it out, getting everything done, wash the sheets, the covers, clean the windshield. And we're doing a little 3-day trip, going to a really cool place where we're going to do some hiking and just mellow out, camp, vamp it, which I call vamping, and do some fires, some cooking, some hiking. I can't wait. So that'll be coming next week. Make sure you stay tuned for that video, because I got a couple pieces of gear on that are new to me that I want to tell you about. So anyway, guys, thank you for following Walker's World. I really appreciate everybody sticking with me. Hip's doing good, and you know, if you want to subscribe, subscribe. I appreciate it. Helps the channel. And hit that like button and share videos. So I will see you soon, probably in about a week. So take care and bye-bye. Yeah, man, Arc Haul. Still going strong. Like it.